love the siren. Love the siren there. Love it, love it, love it. All right, what's up, guys? Oh, we gotta let it drop. We gotta let it drop. Let it drop. Oh. Gotta wait for the drop. Gotta wait for the drop there. Okay, what's up? I'm DJ LeFave, and we are going to be looking at a new thing here. I just was coming across this in Reddit today, and I came across this thing called the Source Switcher 0.2.7. So we are going to see a little bit what it looks like, what it does, and, you know, just mess around with it a little bit, right? That's kind of what this whole thing's always about. And I figured I'd show you guys all in real time how I learn a new plugin. So here we go. The link is in the description of this video if you guys want to download this. It's the Source Switcher 0.2.7. This is the it's been around, it looks like, since April of 2020. So it's been around for a minute, and I see some pretty cool integrations possible with this. The first thing I'm going to kind of dive into with this is going to be how to do this to animate your just basic text, a chat. If you were to have chat in a lower window of your screen, that's kind of how I could see this working. But if you also rolled with multiple cameras and you kind of wanted them to switch on point, on time, that is what this I think it can do. I think we're going to see. So let's dive into it. You just download this, click on the download button, and you'll be able to pick it up there. I'm going to use just a blank scene here, a blank source. So you downloaded, all the instructions are in there. There's actually an exe on how you can install it. So pretty simplistic use of this. What it does is it once you download it, once you install it, you restart OBS, it shows up here in your sources. So it is a source switcher. And the idea behind it is you can add multiple sources into this, and it can change automatically on a certain set time frame, or I think that it can also change with a hotkey. So we're gonna see what it can do and how it works. So first off, I'm gonna get rid of some of these additional. You know what? Let's just, instead of doing that, we'll just start a new one. I don't want to be deleting everything all at once. So scene collection. We're gonna do a new scene collection. We're gonna call this blankety blank blank blank. It's a blank, completely blank source here. Right here we go. All right, so to do this, you need some sources, right? So we're gonna add, let's add a couple sources into this first scene. These are gonna be text sources, so I'm just gonna add some basic text here, and we're gonna call this text 1. And text 1, we'll keep it all very simplistic. I'll make it 1920 by 1080, just to try to prove my idea here in real time. So we're gonna do. This is the first example of my text. All right, and then I like doing this with the text. If you come on down here and you just click on use custom text extents, and then you click on the wrap, and we can make this, the width is 1920 by 1080. And what that's going to do is going to wrap your text into the screen nicely. So it fits pretty good there. All right, so that's our text 1, and then we are going to now add another source of text. Should I do it all in one scene? I don't know if I should do it all in one scene or not. Maybe I'll do it all in one scene. We'll do text there, and then we're going to add another one here. I will just do copy, and we are going to paste duplicate, and I'm just going to rename this one real quick so it is text 2. And then in the actual text itself, this is the second example of my text. All right, so now we have two text sources right now, and we're going to try to see how we can manipulate them with this plugin, this source switcher. So I'm going to create a new scene. This will be my production scene. Right here, we're going to call this our production. And again, you just come on down here to the plus button, click on source switcher, and you get to name your first source switcher. So we're going to call this text change 1. All right, and I have not used this before yet. This is, you guys are all seeing this in real time, 100% real time. So the sources, from what I've gathered from my quick study on this, is that you have to type them in. So we're going to type them in, and it has to be the punctuation, the capitalization, all has to be correct. So text 1 is one source, and we're going to add another one, and the other one is text 2. And then now both of our sources come in here as text 1 and, oh, did I write text? What did I write? Yep, text 1, text 2. And that should be correct. Text 1, text 2. Zoom in there. Yep, we're all right there. So we have 1 and 2. Now you have a couple of options here apparently. So the options you have in this source is you can loop it, which will loop it. We're going to start off with a time switch. So because this is a tutorial, we want this to go kind of quickly. We'll do this every 3 seconds. It's going to switch to the next source. And what are the other things here? Media state switch. I don't know what that means. Let's, what does that mean? Stopped? What can you get here? Playing, opening, buffering. All right. I don't think we need that for text. So we're going to uncheck that. Keep on scrolling down. Transition. So we can pick what kind of transition we want. So let's try motion transition first for this one. And then that's everything set up. We say OK. So when I zoom out, we'll see every 3 seconds if this is, there you go. Every 3 seconds, it switches. This is the second example of my text. This is the first example of my text. So first test, that went pretty cool. The idea that I had here now is that you can add your actual production scene. This is your live streaming production scene. So now in this scene, we can add this scene of the production scene that we just did with the moving. So we'll go nest that scene, pick the production scene, put it in here, and now we have a rotating. It's moving right there, right? We've got different types of text going. So let me try to break up the monotony of that text a little bit. This could be pretty cool. All right, so text 2 is we're going to put something in. This is a totally different line of text. All right, so now we go back into our production scene here, and it is now going on the bottom and switching through. It doesn't look like it's using the motion filter on this that we selected, so that's a little curious. I'm going to maybe dive into that next. What I would do on this is I would build out scenes and then switch them. I mean, you could build them all in one. It looks like you could build them all in one place and bring them in. But my idea with this one, and let me show you my idea because we're doing this on the fly. I'm just going to duplicate this scene so I can make this quicker. We'll say OK, and we're going to delete text 2. Oh no, we'll delete text 1 in this one. That just makes more sense. That way the other one is number 1. All right, so we still have the source of text 2. We still have the source of text 1. What we're going to do in here, though, now is we are going to add a color source to this one. Add a color source. And we're going to drop it in the, we'll call this one pink. And select pink right there. Okay. Pink is done, and we're going to put pink in the background. So there's pink in that one. Now on this scene, I'm going to get rid of, which one do we have? Text 2 is in there. So we'll get rid of text 2 here. All right, and we're going to add a color source back here. And this is me just floating around. I've never done this before, but I figured I'd do it with you guys online. If you guys want to ask some questions about it, learn or whatever, and we can also go into any other issues that you guys might be having or anything else you'd like to look at, or hey, just chat, baby, just chat. I'm here to talk to. Got nothing else going on right now, and I'm going to change the color of this text so it stands out. We'll make it black. Okay, so we're going to go back to our scene where we added that source. Everything is there still, but we're going to update this one. So I'll go into here. Where did I do it? I did it right here. Yeah, this is where our source switcher is. So we're going to go into the properties of that one, and our two sources, we're going to get rid of this. And we are going to add scene. And we're going to add, okay, so it works with scenes too. We're going to add scene 2. Okay. And we're going to get rid of this line of text here. Okay, so now the motion is kind of showing up. That's cool. That's cool. Drop a line in the chat if you guys think that's pretty neat. So every 3 seconds now, it's automatically switching between 2. And when we go into our main line right here, you see that our text is coming in, kind of flashy right there. So I could see you almost being able to make a strobe light effect with this if you did it really quickly. Let me show you what I mean. Just shooting off the hip here. I'm gonna rename this scene because it needs to be renamed. This is the source. What's it called? Source Switcher. There, Source Switcher. Hey, Bomb Entertainment, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm happy to share. Learn with me here. Learn with me. So if we did not have the text, so I'm gonna hide the text here, and I'm gonna hide the text. So we have two built scenes, and now I'm gonna go back in here, and I'm just gonna make this thing go. We're gonna see how what's the lowest number we can put in here. If I put 10 milliseconds, do I get it? Oh no! Come on. What's the lowest it's got? 3,000. No, I want. Let's try 250. 250 for the lowest. Okay. All right. So there you go, guys. We just created. if you have epilepsy, please turn off the screen right now. We just created a strobe light. So you just created a strobe light effect using this this feature. So that was a lot. So one more time for the fans. There we go. You've got a strobe light now using just this new plugin, which hey, that's pretty cool. So let's bump this back up to 3,000. Right there, all right, 3,000. And then what are some of the other options that we have for the transition? Oh, the transition type. Motion. So could we do this here quickly? If we did this at 250, and then let me scroll up here, do this one at 250, 250. That's a little bit cleaner. Let's zoom back out. Oh, turn it on. It looks about the same. All right. What else do you think you could do with this plugin? This I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm doing it right. That if you would you use a nested scene with this, or would you do this with just a specific source? I guess if you had two cameras, right? If you had two cameras that you wanted to change kind of periodically, like every minute or so, it could change on the dime for that. It would probably work with audio sources too. Videos, if you had some videos you wanted to clip in and out. Let's look at some of the other types of transition types. So we'll zoom back in here. The transition type is, we can do a fade transition. I think fade's going to be nice. Kind of fade in to out. Okay. All right, we've got some fade action right there. Okay, so now I'm going to show this source here. So we've got a fade. Okay. There is a fade. Now, if we make the transition, zoom back in here to show you what I'm about to do. I think this is going to work. If we make the transition extra long, right? If we make the transition here, let's say, make this another 3,000 milliseconds, okay? And you're going to see a slow fade, a slow burn right there, right? Nice one into the next. So what I would do with this is now I'm going to go into the scene itself. I'm going to apply a filter. And I'm going to do an image mask. So we're going to do, let's just zoom in so you guys can see. I'm going to do an image mask right here. And there's image masks that I put out with the OBS starter kit. And we're going to browse for that guy. And let me zoom out. I'll just go into my folder and pop out an image mask. Where you at? There we go. Image mask. So I always get this wrong. Black on the inside. All right, there we go. And then white on the outside. So we're going to do this. And voila, you now have a transitioning border around something using the scene switcher and the fade transition. So you could probably add, if I added red, green, and blue, let's do that. So scene 1, we're gonna change this. Oh, we can keep that one green. For scene 2, we're gonna change this one to red. Right, we're gonna do a little RGB action right here. And now we're going to add another scene. We'll do scene 2, duplicate. Say this will be scene 3. All right, this is pretty cool. Yeah, you could do animation. That's kind of what I'm getting at right here. Is that we're going to do a RGB animation just with 3 different colors, and we're going to slow it down hopefully just enough. So I gotta get another color source in here. We're going to paste the duplicate. And we're going to just delete, well, keep the text there. That's fine. It's not showing up. All right, so now RGB. We need a blue. You guys like this one right here? Well, let's see which blue. I guess maybe a deeper blue, lighter blue. We'll go with that blue. All right, cool. So we're going to zoom out. And there we go. So one thing I did not do, I thought, I looked at it and I didn't do it, changing the latency on the chat. The chat is actually supposed to be coming up right here, and I messed with my Streamlabs today and blah, 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 blah. Now my chat's not coming through like I wanted to. But hey, always fail forward. Just don't worry about it. Keep pushing forward, and in time, everything will work out. My point, I'm just like you guys. Just like you guys. So we're going to go back into properties of this is our, if you're just joining right now, we added a source. This source is a new plug, well, not new, came out in April of last year, the Source Switcher. So in the Source Switcher, we're going to go in here, we're going to add one more scene, one more source, which is a scene for me. It could just be a color source. You could do that too. Now, my point to make right now is that your typing here has to be accurate. If you're not good at accurately typing, I suggest you learn how to do the copy and paste method. So now we have, let's see, I should rename these. Scene, which one is this? So we need red first, R, which is scene 2, RGB. All right, so we've got RGB going on, and it looks to be a little off, right? Not quite as, let's go to the actual production scene, right? Well, right there. So there is our full animation and effect. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Let's make this 2500. Okay. Fading in nicely there. Okay, cool. So we just created animation with this plugin, this thing right here. We just created animation. We applied a mask of just a regular old mask over top of it. So the inside of this is completely transparent. You can pull this into somewhere else. So that was with one example. What other examples could we do here? Or we can go back into here. I'm going to, where is it? Right here. I'm going to remove that filter. So that filter, I'm going to just get rid of it right there. So now the filter is hidden. I heard that you can apply hotkeys to this. So let's go figure that fun part out. We'll go back into here. We're going to turn off the timer for the, where is it? Why did it get smaller, man? That's weird. So we're going to go full size. And the scene switcher. Oh, no. Is that because this is the scene switcher? This is it. This is it. All right. This is the actual source itself. Yeah, this is just how I do it. I just float through and I just mess around with this crap until something cool sparks my attention. So I hope you guys appreciate that aspect of how I roll. So we're going to go back into the properties of the source switcher, and we are going to uncheck time switch. So now uncheck time switch is off. So we'll say OK. Come back out here. So I guess I have to go into settings. We're going to hotkeys, and I'm going to look at my hotkeys. What do I have? Start streaming. It's going to be in my actual production scene. Switch to scene. Show source switcher. Hide source switcher. I don't know if that's the one I want. Let's see. No, it's not that. Not that. Not that. I don't see it. So I don't see a hotkey for this. I read that there is a hotkey for this. I don't know. Enable mouse screenshots. So show source. No, it's the source switcher. So this would be just to show it and hide it. I wonder how you can get it to operate when you want it to. Let's go back into the actual properties of this new source, right? We're going to go back into this properties. And let's see. See anything in here? We see time switch. Let's go in here. Time switch. We don't want a time switch. We want it to be a hotkey based. I don't see any hotkey things in here. But no, I read online real quickly that there you could do hotkeys with this. I mean, I guess you could bring it into your scene. You could show it and hide it. So that's one thing. So I'll show you that while we're here, I guess. Go into your settings. Go into your scene this will be the actual production scene that we have, which is right here. And we'll just do a hotkey right here of, we're going to show this source, which is, we're going to do Alt-P and then hide the source, and we'll do Alt-P. That way, the same thing will bring it up and it will put it away. And we'll enable the looping again. So looping is good. Time switch right there. Good. Say OK. All right, so we're going to zoom back out. And right now it is working. And then simply Alt-P, Alt-P, Alt-P. No, nothing's happening. So it should be, oh, in the actual production scene. There we go. So now it's showing. And push your Stream Deck button key, and now it's going away. So it could have some functionality for you, I guess. What if I were to mess around with it and go back into properties, change the... So we're on fade right now. You can do stinger. You can do swipe. Swipe might be cool. So swipe. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so now you're swiping across the screen this way. Which way am I going? Right there. That's pretty cool. So you could do some swipe action with it. I just wish that you could trigger it. If you could trigger it, you know, one change at a time, that would be cool. Or like when you wanna press through it, there's got to be a way to do that, right? Call me crazy here. So let's turn off time switch. Maybe if I uncheck loop. No, loop would just keep running through it. If you guys have used this before and know or think of someplace I should look, then I'm definitely down for any of your suggestions. You can do random, so you can do a slideshow here. If you had a bunch of pictures, you now can build a slideshow just out of this, but you can do a slideshow anyway. Type. Let's see. Nothing for hotkey though. It would be great if you could do hotkey. I don't know why I want that so badly. Maybe it's because I can't have it. I don't know. Well, that's your look at it right there. That is your look right now for this cool new thing. So I'm online. You're online. If you guys got any questions or want to see anything, then feel free to ask because that's what I'm here for. If I come live, I want to show you something cool, and then I want to teach you something. So if you need help driving through anything, if you've downloaded or used any of my tutorials, let me know because that's pretty rad. I like to see that people are using these things out there. But yeah, again, if anything that you guys are up to right now, I'd love to hear. Share. You DJ? Are you doing just are you gaming out there on your YouTube? I can help you with anything right now, whether it's if you want to do some OBS, you want to do some PowerPoint, you want to do some Elgato Stream Deck, you want to dive into virtual DJ. This is your time, really. At this point, I'm kind of gonna dive into this plugin a little bit more. I encourage anyone else to go and dive into this plugin just a little bit more, see what it can do, uncork it. I just came across it on Reddit today, and it seems to be doing some pretty cool things. So I did enjoy it. I think it can do some stuff. But other than that, no idea. No idea what else it can do. We got to uncork this because I think that it has some possibility. Again, you can just take sources, many different sources. Obviously, camera switcher is one thing. Now, there is the scene switcher. There is the scene switcher that is out there. But scene switching, it's not as smooth. And now you can kind of see how this can be shaped down into a certain area. I guess you could... Let's try this. Let's try this. I think I have something I want to do here. So now we already have sources already done, right? So we're gonna do one more example. Here we go. One more example. All right, and we have red, green, blue. So those are our three sources. So we're going to... Let's see. So my red source, I'm just going to add the sources in here. I'm going to say add a color source, add an existing one, and we'll do, it's called pink, but it's actually red. So we're going to put it up here. All right. Now we're going to add we'll rename that one. That way we're keeping, it's good practice to name things what you're actually doing. So that one is red with a capital R. We're going to add another source here, color source. We're going to add, green, We'll say OK. And green, we are going to put now down to this corner right there. And finally, we're going to add a source, and we'll do the last one, which is blue. We're going to do color source. It's currently listed as pink 2. Don't get it twisted. It's blue. We're going to rename that one and call it blue. Is that correct? Oh, got to make sure we're 100% on with our typing right here. Okay, so we've got our 3 sources, and they are in there and there. So my 3 sources are now named. So if I did do I have to do it in a new... If I have to do it in a new scene, then it kind of defeats the purpose. Let me try it in this scene. We're going to do Source Switcher. We're going to call this one Switch Failure 1, because I know it's going to fail. We're going to add a source. We're going to add red. Okay, so it brings the sources in right there. So can I resize it here? Okay, so when you bring the source in there, you can resize it. So as long as the sources are somewhere, it looks like you'll be okay. So we'll put red up here. Now I'm going to add another one. We're going to add blue. Say okay. And we're going to add another one, and we're going to say... Did that? Oh, I got rid of them, huh? So it's actually pink. There we go. We've got to rename it. So can you rename one? Yeah, this one's going to be called Pink 2. Is it Pink 2? Say okay. Or is it... What do we got going on here? Time switch. Okay, maybe I was right there. I was right. Okay, we're going to rename this one back to blue. So it looks like it's stuck wherever you put it. So I thought it might have had some practice. You know what I mean? If you kind of place things in different areas, I guess it would work if you did this as scenes, right? So if I did this in my scene, so this scene right here, I'm going to take my green and I'm going to put it over in that corner. This scene 2, I'm going to put my red up in that corner. And this scene 3, I'm going to put my blue down in that corner. And I'm going to get rid of this one. We don't need that. And we don't need that. Okay, so we're going to go back to this example right here. So if I go into this and I'm going to just rename everything, it is, let's see what we got. We have got scene, and then we've got that one up. We're going to add scene 2, and we're going to add scene 3. Okay, and we'll say okay, and we're going to reset this. So now you have this going around in a square. I guess you could build a clock out of this. You could cycle through different viewpoints of something. If those were video cameras in a specific scene, you now have them cycling and moving along. So if I did motion on this, if I changed it back to motion, so we'll go back to properties. We're going to make this change the transition type to motion. I love the motion transition type. So now it's going to automatically move your sources with a zoom in and a zoom out. So that's I mean, it's something, right? It's some new feature that I'm sure will strike up somebody and be like, all right, that's cool. You could do a countdown timer, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and have it go every 1 second. These could be pictures that you place in different scenes and places, I guess. Now let's do properties of this one. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to look at the different types of motion that you can put with this. So the motion types you have here are cut, fade, swipe, slide, stinger. I don't know how stinger would work with this. You'd have to select an actual stinger to go with it. Fade to color, Luma wipe, shader. So we'll try a Luma wipe. Do you have to upload anything with a Luma wipe? We'll say okay there, and then this is what it looks like with a Luma wipe transition. All right, goes there. That's kind of cool, I guess, right? Right. It's kind of cool. All right, yeah, well, that's what I wanted to show off. If there's no questions in the chat, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll stick around for a little bit just because, like any good streamer, I just created this new stream ending scene. So you got to rock on with that, right? You got to rock on with that. Okay, I'm DJ LeFave. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, and that was a good, jolly old time learning a new plugin. So again, if you guys have not liked and subscribed on this page, then now's your opportunity. Get on it. All right, I'll see you guys in the chat. If you're still watching right now, I'm actually just trying to mess with this chat thing right here. I'm trying to get the chat to come through. It's supposed to come in on the bottom down here. I've got it configured right now, and it's showing up on my launcher in Streamlabs. So Streamlabs is showing it, and it's wait, I'm on Studio right now. Ha! I'm on Studio. Here we go. So I'm showing it right here. It's actually working right now inside of my Streamlabs element, right? It's supposed to be showing up down here. And for some reason, it's not. I don't know why. So I'm just trying to mess around with that and figure out what it is that I have to do to make it happen. So we'll go dive into that right now, and we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. It's going to work. It's going to work.